All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into an innovation that's bringing a much needed human touch to one of the most stressful places you can imagine, the hospital. And it's all thanks to a friendly little robot that's completely changing the communication game. So, I want you to just picture this for a second. You're in a hospital waiting room, someone you love is in surgery. Every single minute feels like an hour, right? The silence is just deafening. It's an awful experience, and it's almost entirely defined by not knowing what's going on. Okay, so let's get right into the core of the problem here. Inside most operating rooms, there's this huge disconnect between all the information that exists and how it actually gets shared with the people who are desperate for it. Now, this slide shows a really wild paradox. I mean, look at the left column. Hospitals are absolutely swimming in data. They've got real-time patient vitals, super detailed schedules. They even know where all the staff are. But then you look to the right, and the way they communicate all this, it's emotionally ice cold. It's just beeps, impersonal alerts, and families making anxious phone calls over and over and over again. And this is where it really hits home, the actual human cost of that disconnect. For the medical staff, it's not just a matter of being busy. It's this constant, grinding stress from chasing information and getting interrupted all the time. And for the families, well, it's just hours of pure anxiety, feeling like you've been totally forgotten. That stress impacts everyone, from the surgeon's ability to focus to a family's peace of mind. So, how do you even begin to fix a problem like that? Well, a really clever innovation out of Japan proposes a solution with two parts: a powerful brain to wrangle all that data, and a friendly heart to deliver it with some actual warmth. First up, you've got Ready for OR. Think of this as the brain of the whole operation. It's this incredibly powerful system that's watching and understanding everything happening in the surgical wing in real time. It knows when a surgery is on track, when it's delayed, and what's coming up next. And then you have Q-Chan. This is the heart. This adorable little robot is basically the warm, friendly voice for all that cold, hard data. It's designed from the ground up to deliver information in a way that feels personal and, empathetic. And the way it all works together is beautiful in its simplicity. So, the brain, ready for OR, spots a key event. Let's say a surgery has just finished. It instantly shoots a command to a specific Q-Chan. And then Q-Chan acts, turning that digital blip of data into a real-world, helpful and friendly interaction. Okay, so that's the theory. But let's see what this actually looks like on the ground. We're going to look at 3 quick stories that show how Q-Chan is building a totally new kind of hospital experience. First, let's go right back to that awful waiting room we were just imagining. You know the one, full of silence, anxiety, and that endless ticking clock. But now, instead of that silence, a small, friendly robot rolls up to the family. With a gentle little nod and a clear voice, Q-Chan delivers this simple, powerful message. The wait isn't totally over yet, but that crushing uncertainty, it's just gone. And just look at the difference that one little message makes. It completely transforms the experience. As you can see here, that feeling of being forgotten, it gets replaced with constant reassurance. The uncertainty, it's gone, replaced by real-time updates. It's such a small change, but it has a massive positive impact on how that family feels. Okay, so that's the families, but what about the staff themselves? Because let's be honest, their stress is a huge piece of this whole puzzle. Picture this. A surgeon is trying to grab a well-deserved 5-minute coffee break. Now, instead of a nurse having to make that awkward phone call to kind of rush them along, Q-Chan just politely rolls into the staff lounge and delivers a simple, automated reminder. And this is so much more than just a time saver. It's about psychology, really. It gets rid of all those tedious reminder calls, and it lets a friendly robot do the nagging so a human doesn't have to. What's really crucial here is that it frees up the staff to focus on, medicine, and it makes the entire workflow smoother, which is better for every single patient. And finally, let's see what happens when Q-Chan talks directly to a patient, especially someone who might be a little scared or confused after surgery. So Q-Chan can roll into a patient's room and perform these simple, comforting check-ins. It can ask basic questions, offer some water, really just provide a sense of presence and care, especially when the human nurses are swamped with more critical tasks. But here's the thing. Q-Chan isn't just a walking speaker. It also listens. And this is what makes the whole system truly revolutionary. This is where the magic really happens. Seriously, this feedback loop is the absolute game changer. So a patient just casually mentions to Q-Chan, "I'm in pain." The robot software instantly picks up on that keyword. It immediately pings a nurse's phone with an alert,
And this is the most amazing part, it logs that subjective feeling into the Ready for OR database. So for the very first time, a hospital can connect how a patient feels directly to the hard operational data of their surgery. That is a whole new frontier in medicine.
So when you put this all together, this brain and this heart, what's the ultimate result? Well, it really comes down to three huge benefits. It's a genuine win-win-win. First, you get efficiency. The hospital just runs better with less wasted time and a less stressed out staff. Second, you get hospitality. Patients and their families feel seen, they feel cared for, and their whole experience is just better. And finally, you get smarter management. By linking that operational data with patient feedback, you create this incredible new data set that helps make better decisions down the line.
So at the end of the day, the big idea here is so simple but so powerful. This isn't about replacing humans with robots. Not at all. It's about using a clever robot as a tool to bring human connection back into a place that desperately needs it.
And that just leaves us with one final question to chew on. If this combination of a smart brain and a friendly heart can solve such a deeply human problem in a hospital, where else could we use a Q-Chan? Think about it. Airports, government offices, customer service centers, any place where complex systems and anxious people are forced to interact. Where else could information that walks change everything?